You're watching The Third Eye.
We're back with The Third Eye, and both of my guests for tonight are here, and we have an open phone line, and our number is 562-1898, so feel free to call and get in on the conversation. I'd like to, if I can, just sort of get a sense. We were sort of ending on the last segment of talking about spirit guides, talking about being connected to the spirit energy that's around us. Jennifer, would you like to talk about that in terms of just how people can connect with that? Can you see that in the astrological chart? Can you see?
Yes. Yes. The spiritual psychic energies are connected to the water signs and the water houses. The water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. The water houses are the 4th house, the 8th house, and the 12th house in an astrology chart. So if you have planets falling in one of those 3 houses, automatically you know you have a very intuitive, open person who's open to spirit, because you cannot deal with the spiritual realm or the psychic realm without going through the water energy. Yes.
It's very interesting. So what if somebody have an empty house? They have an empty not third house, 4th house, 8th house, 12th house. What does that mean? That means that they are not able to be connected?
Well, no. You look to the planetary ruler.
Okay.
And then also they can have planetary placements in water signs. So there's a couple of ways you can look at it. Okay.
Now there's a connection between the two of you, and you're probably not even aware of it. Jennifer does something called astrocartography, which is really looking at the location, the power points of areas of the world and locations, and how that energy connects with people. And you are very much into the earth and into the earth, the rhythm of the earth. And I'm just wondering how, Jennifer, you look at that in terms of the charts that you do.
Okay, good question. Astrocartography is like the science of relocation astrology. Everybody is born at a certain time. The planets are placed up in the heavens. Okay? Now, astrocartography is about where you are living geographically, what planetary lines you're living under, and how that is affecting what you're manifesting and what you're not manifesting. Because a lot of times you can be living in a certain geographical location and things can be going very, very well or not. And astrocartography is the science where you have a world map and your 10 planetary placements are graphed around the world so that you can see where your power points are and what planetary energies and crossings you're living under. And it's absolutely fabulous. It's like, it's astrology and astrocartography are married.
Okay, we have a phone call. We have a phone call. Caller, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine.
And welcome to The Third Eye.
Thank you.
Your question?
Well, my question is, how do you meditate, and, what's the right way? Because I've had visions. I've had my doorbell ringing, and I look through the window, and there's nobody there, but it's still ringing, And I feel like, like I do have some type of psychic ability, but I just don't know how to bring it out. And what do you do, and how do you meditate? What's the right way?
Okay, I'm going to ask Morning Bird to really respond to this.
Okay. The way you can meditate is really quiet yourself. Sometimes some people have to meditate with music. Excuse me. Sometimes you have to meditate with music. So what you do is turn music on very quietly. Start off slow. Start off with like 5 minutes first, and then after that 5 minutes, expand it a little while longer. When you first start meditating, you're not going to get anything. Don't think that because you meditate the first 5 minutes you're going to get something, because you won't. Okay?
Okay.
So what you need to do is start off real slow, quiet yourself. Don't think of anything. Maybe just play some music that's really quiet, and then see what happens.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling. I don't know if you want to respond to that too. Do you? I'm sure you meditate.
Yes, I would say that there's dozens of ways to meditate. There is no certain, you know, this is absolute. But a key thing that I want to say is that you want to make sure that the television is off, unplugged, all electrical stimulation. You want to know that because it affects your electromagnetic energies. Ideally, the ideal place to meditate is outside in nature. As Morning Bird was saying earlier, you know, connect with the trees, connect with the flowers, you will go into a natural state of meditation. The other thing is that you want to go within, okay? You can do deep breathing. You can inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. You can reverse it, but it's a time of stillness. You can go into the yoga posture when you cross your legs. They have mantras you can use, you know, which are thousands of years old, which gurus and sages have used throughout time. So it's like when you're ready, tell your spirit, you know, pray for divine guidance and clarity to lead you to a meditation that will open you up. And hey, the way will be shown.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
Okay, okay. It's hard for people to do that because we're such a busy, busy world. And we got so much that's happening, and people just don't want to take time to do that. And it's discipline.
It is discipline. We have a lot of external stimulation, undoubtedly.
Yes.
And in this culture, we can go through this educational system for 13 years, and the word spirit is never mentioned. And there are so many people that have come to me for consultations that have gifts. They're in their 20s and 30s. They have dreams, and they're afraid, and they smash them down. They try to suppress it. But there are so many people who are walking around because in this culture, that whole spiritual side is like totally ignored through our whole education process. And if we were brought up to pay attention to our dreams and to go within, we would be much more, you know, this culture would be totally different. It's all about transformation. And to transform yourself in your life, you got to go within.
You're right, you're right, you're right. And the thing about it is that getting connected, reconnected to your culture was a way for you to really go within.
Definitely.
And a lot of times I think reconnecting with people, for someone to do the cultural piece is a way for them to get reconnected to the self. Is to really sort of reconnect to their roots, their ancestors, and the legacies of their life, spirit. So we're going to be taking a PSA. We have like 2 more minutes in this segment. So I don't know whether or not there is any other kind of statement you would like to make around that, because I think that this time of the year, this is December, this is a busy, busy time. Everything is going on. People will not meditate. They will just sort of get themselves all worn out with the hustle and bustle and the materialism of this period. And they just will not. We have 1 minute, so we're probably going to have to come back and talk about this because I think that it's going to be a really, this is a time when people really need to think about sort of bringing closure to the year and starting a new year and really sort of getting centered.
You know what brings you into the inner journey? Pain.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Once things aren't going right in your life, once you're in pain, you have no other choice but to go within.
Well, that's true. That's very true. That's true. That's very true.
That's true.
Okay. Well, we're going to be sort of wrapping this part of the segment up. We're just going to have a PSA, and then we're going to be coming back for more of The Third Eye.